So a lot of times I'll click on these fashion hack videos, and what I find is somebody who's using all of these crazy things to do all of these crazy ideas. I've got to rewatch it to figure out the hack. They're taking some kind of bangle bracelet, sticking it through their shirt and pulling fabric around and putting rubber bands on their clothing, and it's just so complicated. And let's be honest, nobody's really using these hacks. They sound good in theory, but how many of us are actually going to take the time to do that? And when we look at Pinterest and our outfit inspiration, when we look at our favorite influencers, are they really using these hacks to make those effortlessly chic outfits? I don't think so. I know I certainly am not. So today's video is all about 5 styling tweaks or hacks that are really easy, really simple. I really thought about the ones that I actually do every single day, that when I wear these outfits, I get the most compliments, people telling me, I love your outfit or I love your style. That's what I wanted to share with you. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, stay tuned and please make sure you hit that subscribe button if you enjoy content like this. I make videos every Thursday and Sunday, and I would love to have you stick around. It is free to you, and it really helps me out and helps me to create more content like this. Okay, so this first style tweak is one that I use so much, particularly in spring and summer, and I just love this one. I always get compliments when I do this, and been doing it for years. I'm going to continue doing it. I don't care if it's on trend, not on trend. I think it's a classic little style hack that really can work for so many women, and that is taking your button-up shirt and tying it into a knot. It's so simple. I'm going to show you how to do it in this footage, but this is one that is, for me, just really a game changer because I am someone who doesn't have a lot of waist definition. I'm also short-waisted, and so sometimes, with certain outfits, tucking something in just isn't really doing it for me. Also, sometimes we have something like maybe a skirt with like a thinner fabric that if you tuck your top into it, you're going to see all of that extra fabric bunched up. So maybe tucking in isn't even an option. Leaving the shirt untucked can often look, frumpy and disheveled or not give me enough shape depending on the outfit. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But sometimes you want to add that waist definition, but you don't want to tuck in your shirt. And that is when the tie really, really comes in handy. But it also adds a little bit of a style element that can be very flattering. So I particularly love this when wearing something like a maxi skirt. Now, maxi skirts and skirts in general are really trending this season. I just talked about it in my summer trends video. If you haven't checked that one out, definitely watch that one next. But those maxi skirts and midi skirts are so on trend. More often than not, we can't really tuck a shirt into these, especially if it's a shirt with a lot of extra fabric or bulk. And I love to do a classic button-up style shirt with a maxi or midi skirt. So I love to tie them this way. And now this works really well with these skirts, but it also works with jeans, especially a jean like maybe a barrel jean where you have a wider style jean, but like a narrower waist and you want to show off that waistline. This is going to look beautiful with those. Great with wide leg jeans as well. Great with linen pants, linen shorts, denim shorts. I mean, just so many great options. It's one of those style hacks that I think is underutilized and definitely will get you a ton of compliments. This next style hack works in a variety of ways. I like to call this one open buttons. So opening up buttons on a shirt, whether it be at the top of the shirt or the bottom of the shirt, really can create some shape. It can elongate the body. It creates interest to a look. It shows off some skin. It really does a lot of things for you. So there's the obvious one, which is opening up some buttons at the top of a button-up style shirt, right? So automatically when we open up some buttons, we're showing some of our neck area. We're elongating the neck, drawing attention up to the face. It's slimming to the body, and it's just overall more flattering than if this was to be all closed up. Like as you can see here, if this is all closed up, not very flattering. Open it up, keep that collar open up some buttons to an appropriate amount, and it just really makes me look better, right? Overall, just an easy hack. But this also works for the bottom of a shirt or even a button-up cardigan. So you can do this in a variety of ways depending on your comfort level, how much skin you're comfortable showing. But I like to sometimes wear a shirt like this loose and open and leave some buttons open on the bottom. Now, most of the time that doesn't involve showing any skin or any tummy. Maybe when you're walking or if a big wind was to blow, you might see a little bit of skin. But in general, it's just kind of leaving this effortless look to the shirt. I do this with cardigans and it'll create an upside down V to the shirt, which I find really flattering on the body. Rather than having the cardigan pulled tightly across the tummy area, it creates a looser fit to the cardigan with this upside down V that I really, really enjoy. Sometimes you might get a little sliver of skin, but it's typically a part of the body where maybe a little sliver of skin is appropriate and doesn't really bother you. So this is a trick I use often when I want like an effortlessly chic look, and it's definitely a trick that gets me a lot of compliments. So this is a new one that I have really been embracing. Scarves are so hot and trending for the season, and I have been loving scarves. Just in general, I think they're great. Now, I'm not someone who really loves to wear them around my neck very often. I don't have a very long neck, and sometimes it's not the most flattering look for me. So I really like to wear scarves around my waist. I started off with some of these skinnier scarves that you can put through your belt loops and tie into a belt. And that's an easy one, very fun to do that. I love how it adds a pop of color and interest to a simple look. But even more than that, what I really love to do is take a larger rectangular scarf and fold it up and tie it around my waist, almost like a little mini like sarong or skirt style element. So this has recently become a popular trend. You can definitely find this one if you look on Pinterest, and I love this trend. So it's doing a couple of things. First of all, the scarf, you can pick any kind of colors or patterns that you want to incorporate into your look. You can go with some of the trendier patterns that we talked about in that summer trends video, like polka dots, like florals, like gingham, or you can do something like just some beautiful colors that you want to add to a look. And now you've got all of this interest in your outfit that's really just taking it to the next level. Then when you tie it around your waist in this style, you're also creating some waist definition. So if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of waist definition like myself, this is also going to help to create more shape to your body. So I love this trick. I feel like every time I do this, I get so many compliments on my outfit. And typically I'm wearing something like a basic tank, a basic t-shirt, or a basic button-down style shirt tucked in, and then I'm using the scarf to create the style. So basic pair of jeans or a linen pant, even a maxi skirt, this works really well. You can have solid colors in your top, in your bottom, very basic pieces. The scarf is doing all the work for you. The scarf is adding the color, the element of patterns, it's adding the shape to the body. So definitely one of my favorite hacks, and definitely one that people are going to be like, wow, I love your outfit. This next style hack or tweak is one that I recently kind of got into. I would say maybe within the last year or so, and I really love it. It's just so easy and fun. It kind of gives like a preppy look, and that is tying your sweater around your shoulders, or even just draping the sweater around your shoulders. So I started to see this a while back on some influencers that I was looking at. A lot of times in Pinterest, I would see an outfit that I loved and pin it, and I would find that it had some of these same elements. And one of those elements was the sweater around the shoulders look. And I just think this is so pretty. One of the things I love about it is how it can pull an outfit together. So let's say you're maybe wearing, a navy blue or black short and a white top, and you need something to kind of pull this together and create a cohesive outfit. Well, just putting a sweater or cardigan around your shoulders in the same color as your shorts, or in maybe one of the colors that's in a patterned pair of shorts, pulls the outfit together and really helps to create a look rather than just articles of clothing like white shirt, black shorts. Now you've pulled it together and created an outfit. It's more cohesive, it's more interesting. That sweater around the shoulders is really that third piece that we often talk about in fashion, and that third layer is really where you take your outfit to the next level. You add that level of interest. So the great thing about this is, just like the scarf, that sweater or cardigan can have some color in it, can have a pattern in it, can have some texture in it, and you're going to have it there. You can use it later for warmth if you get chilly, but you also have it just to add that interest. And I think it's really beautiful, whether you pair it over a tank top, a basic t-shirt, a button-up shirt. You can pair it with a skirt, a pair of jeans, a pair of shorts. I've done it with all of it. You also can do monochromatic by, matching that cardigan or sweater to your bottoms or even to the shirt that you're putting it on top of and just adding it with some texture like a cashmere sweater. Really great styling hack. Definitely pay attention. I bet you have some of your favorite influencers or Pinterest pins, and they're going to have this hack in there. Okay, the next one I kind of combined a little bit two hacks. One of them is the sleeve roll. So there's a lot of ways that you can roll up your sleeves, and I think that's pretty common. I think we all are pretty familiar with rolling up the sleeves and how that really makes an outfit look better, look more finished. Now, obviously, if you're wearing long sleeves for warmth, you're maybe not going to do that, but in spring and summer, this is something that I often do with like a button-up style shirt. And I love that it shows a little bit of skin. You're able to show some jewelry. It just makes the shirt look more casual, effortless, and interesting. But also there is a way that I like to roll my sleeves. So there's the regular roll where you just roll your shirt sleeves up till you like them. Or there's this roll, which I think this is from J. Crew, I believe. Jenna Lyons was a stylist for J. Crew, and I'm pretty sure she kind of coined this sleeve roll and how you do it. So basically what you're doing is one really big roll all the way up and then a smaller roll over it. So you just get this little piece of the, the little sleeve out. And I don't know why, but I just think it looks a little bit more polished, a little bit cooler, a little bit more modern. And I really enjoy it. Also really stays in place well. You're not going to have problems with unrolling. For whatever reason, this really keeps my shirt rolled very well. And I like to add on top of that, adding a bangle really just takes it to the next level. Adding a great bangle or cuff bracelet. Today I've got a cuff on. So bangles or cuff bracelets, I just think adding something like chunky, a statement jewelry piece, not only is it really on trend right now, but when you add it to rolled sleeves, it just chef's kiss. It's really going to make your look and get you a ton of compliments. Okay, I'm going to throw in a little bonus hack, and this one does involve a tool, but it's one of my absolute favorite tools. It's like $10 on Amazon, so well worth it, and that is the stitchy. So why I love the stitchy is this can work for a variety of hacks. So for example, today I'm wearing this shirt with some buttons open, but I really wanted my collar nice and open, and sometimes it just doesn't stay in place. So what I did was I did little stitchies on each side of my shirt to keep it open. Now, I'm sure you haven't noticed it. You can't see anything. They're totally hidden. And the stitchies happen to be clear for this one. I also have black stitchies if I was wearing like a darker shade, but it just keeps this open, keeps the neckline open. I also use the stitchy when I want a button in a certain place. So let's say, for example, this button wasn't where I wanted it. I could lower it, open it up and put a stitchy. I could make it a little bit higher and put a stitchy. You can even stitchy your sleeves if you have trouble keeping them up on something like maybe a silk or satin top that you want to have a sleeve roll and it rolls on off. You can put a stitchy there to keep it in place. You can put a stitchy to keep your buttons from gaping on a shirt or a dress. So just really a good styling hack. It's going to keep everything exactly where you want it in place without ever being visible. And I just love this little tool so much. So I hope you enjoyed these styling hacks and got some inspiration, because looking effortless really does take a little bit of effort, but it doesn't have to be complicated. It just needs to be intentional. And I think you're going to find that those simple wardrobe staples really can create beautiful outfits when using some of these elements. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. That lets me know to make more like this. And please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you back, and have a great week, ladies. I'll see you next time.